Hello, Durud and Shalom. Guys, we're getting into the juicy part of this discussion. I stopped it last time exactly before Cenk Uygur would jump in because I thought that was a special part of this discussion where he's going to lecture us about how we're being bigots, anti-Muslim bigots or whatever. He's going to attack Tommy Robinson. He's going to attack the rally in the UK, the United Kingdom rally in the UK, which was very successful. So let's just get right into it. And guys, I'm going to pay attention to the chat because you guys are my co-hosts. Did you guys know that? You guys are my co-hosts. So I'm going to be relying on you. I'm going to be reading your opinions. Look at this. You guys are already here. I love you guys. Your guys are amazing. Ronnie is here. Oh, Terrell is here. CZ, Sayed, Sam, Omid, Lior, David, and Dog. Who else is here? Comrade Shifty. Fantastic. Okay. My favorite people are already here. Petra. Okay, let's just jump right into it, okay? And I'll try to keep an eye on the live chat as well. Durud, Remy, David, Julia. Good. Okay, let's just get in. Let's just get into the point where they add him. Let's go all the way back. There we go.
Good, Cenk. Welcome back to Uncensored. I mean, you've got a guy there on stage with bacon on his shoulder who says his mission is to inflict maximum damage on Islam. And there was constant
based maximum damage to Islam is amazing. And you know, when Piers Morgan said, like, you have some guy on stage there with bacon on his shoulders and he's saying that he's trying to do maximum damage on Islam. He says that as if it's a bad thing. And you're like, oh my God, these are a bunch of bigots. Islam is an ideology, you fucking moron. It's not bigoted to be against an ideology. Say it in the chat, starting us with the first super chat. Thank you so much, Sayed, saying, let's get started. Wow, Sayed, thank you. So, guys, we're trying to get to 10 super chats per live stream, and we haven't even started, and Sayed got us started. Thank you, Sayed. Thank you so much for supporting us. This is a great start to the show. Amazing. Thank you. Okay, let's jump. Let's continue.
Anti-Islam, anti-Muslim rhetoric during this rally.
Anti-Islam, anti-Muslim. You see how he mixes them with each other, you fucking idiot. Anti-Islam not only is not anti-Muslim, anti-Islam is pro-Muslim. Islam is a disease. Muslims are the patients. The best way to help Muslims is to be anti-Islam. Is that, you know what it sounds like? Like, oh, you're anti-cancer, so you must be anti-cancer patient. No, you fucking idiot. If you want to be pro-Muslim, the best way to be pro-Muslim is to be anti-Islam, because they're sick in the head and you're trying to help them out. Why do people put them next to each other? What, guys, can you guys tell me if you agree with me on the distinction here that anti-Islam and anti-Muslim is not the same thing? Do people here, I know some of you might disagree with me, but do you guys agree? Do you guys agree with me? Like, how many of you agree that anti-Islam and anti-Muslim is not the same thing? It's good to be anti-Islam, right? I mean, it's saying it's really complex. This part is actually not that complex. There's a difference between Islam and Muslim. Islam and Muslim is related, but it's not that complex. It's pretty straightforward. This is pretty easy to understand, to get right. You guys agree? Okay, I agreed. Fantastic. Thank you.
And if you look at Tommy Robinson's social media feed, it is a relentless attack.
By the way, guys, when I say that we're not anti-Muslim, there are many Muslims that we're definitely against, okay? We're just not anti-Muslim collectively. But obviously, any fucking radical, any fucking terrorist, anybody who supports the Islamic Republic, anybody who's against the values that we have. So many Muslims are just nominal Muslims or like minimalist Muslims. Okay, so they are just ignorant about their own religion. But any Muslim that is fighting against liberty, like fuck them. Like those specific Muslims, we are absolutely against them, like individually. Okay, but collectively we're not against Muslims. Collectively it depends. Okay, but we are completely 100% against Islam, all forms of Islam. There is no good Islam or bad Islam. It's all shit.
Specific.
There are good Muslims and bad Muslims, and good Muslims are good Muslims because they're ignoring Islam. But there is no good Islam or bad Islam. All Islam is shit. Some Muslims are good, but all Islam is shit. And the Muslims who are good are because they're good because they're not following Islam. Agreed with me? Okay. Yeah. Oh, like look at this. Oh, I entered on a glorious sentence. Yeah. You know what, guys? We need to frame this. Okay. All Islam is bad. There is no good Islam. There is a good Islam or bad Islam. All Islam is bad. There are good Muslims and bad Muslims, and good Muslims are good Muslims because they're ignoring the teachings of Islam. I think, oh my God, I think that's the best framework. That is the best summary of this that we have ever had. Agreed? Can we agree upon that? Yeah, okay.
Robinson's Muslim Islam. And there was constant anti-Islam, anti-Muslim rhetoric during this rally. And if you look at Tommy Robinson's social media feed, it is a relentless attack specifically against Islam and Muslims. He pretends he's not anti-Muslim, but he constantly attacks.
No, it's not against Muslims. It is against Tommy Robinson's feed, social media posts are against Islam. And guys, Tommy Robinson understands this. Tommy Robinson understands that he's anti-Islam, but not anti-Muslims. He has Muslim friends who he disagrees with on Islam. His feed is not anti-Muslim. He's anti-mass migration. It's anti-migration from Islamic countries, which it should be. Tommy Robinson went out of his fucking way to save a Muslim against false child rape allegations. And they became best buddies after that. And they still disagree with each other on Islam. Did you guys notice? We did a whole live stream on this. Tommy Robinson was going to go on an attack mode against this Muslim who was accused of child grooming and rape. And then he looked into it and he was like, what the fuck? This is a false accusation against this guy. And he made it his mission to save this Muslim against his false accusations. How is he anti-Muslim? There are Muslims who go to his rally. How is he anti-Muslim? What the fuck are you talking about? You have no fucking clue what you're talking about. And guys, a lot of people come talk, listen to me, and they think that, oh, Armin is getting soft. Armin is going soft on Islam. Why is he saying there are good Muslims? This is the most aggressive position against Islam. This is the most aggressive. If you, guys, if you don't understand that not demonizing all Muslims is the most devastating thing you could do to Islam, you're not being strategic. You're being emotional, okay? When I know what it takes to destroy Islam, and going and being demonizing all Muslims as a group is not the way. You need to sneak in. You need to steal their children from their brainwashing echo chambers. You need to infiltrate. You need to get their guards down. That's what you need to do. You need to get their guards down so you could get in. And then you could basically take their children to assimilate with the rest of society. This is the most devastating attack against Islam. Trust me on this. I know what I'm talking about. I have decades of experience with this. So if you think I'm going soft, on Islam, it's because you don't understand the strategy here. Oh my God, Sarah just got a quote out of this. Shit, somebody's gonna clip that. Oh no, Nara saying you need to steal their children. Okay, Sarah, don't do that to me. I said steal their children from their brainwashing echo chamber. Okay, continue, like say the rest. Okay. Leon is saying, "Don't go soft on us, Herman." Okay. Oh my God. Oh, guys, we're already on our third super chat. Oh my God, what's happening? Thank you. El Harrison. I'm just gonna call you Harrison. Harrison is saying, have you seen Cenk's debate with Joseph Cohen of Israel advocacy movement? It was absolute shit show. I'm gonna screenshot that. Maybe that would be a good review video. I haven't seen it, but I'm gonna screenshot your super chat and I'm gonna look into it. For days that Piers Morgan doesn't have a good thing for us to review, we might review that. And thank you, guys. We're already 4 out of 10 super chats. What's going on? You guys are so kind. Thank you. And then Melissa saying, "Good morning, Armin and Chad. I'm doing deep dive about Druze and Middle East." Oh wow, that's interesting. Love the Druze community, by the way. They're most of them are on the right side of history. So huge respect to the Druze community. And Melissa, thank you so much for the super chat. And Simon saying, we live in a simulation. Armin is player one. Well, I mean, if we live in a simulation, everybody will be player one from their perspective. So, and thank you so much, Simon. Thank you so much for the super chat. And then we have Sarah saying, "You can steal my children. I need sleep." Okay, that's a good one. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for the super chat. Oh my God, we got more super chats. Guys, what the hell? We haven't started the show and we already have 6 super chats. Thank you, guys. I'm saying Jumhuri Ashkali, bye bye. Javid Shah Payande Iran. So Sam is saying that bye bye garbage republic. I think he's referring to the Islamic Republic. Javid Shah, long live the king, and Payande Iran, long live Iran. I agree with that. And thank you so much, Sam. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right, let's continue with this brown buffalo. And thank you guys. That's very generous.
Muslims.
Oh, and Leo is saying boom boom starting tonight. Okay, let's hope. Maybe. That's amazing.
Of Islam. So what's
so let's see what is Base was saying. Base, that lady on the right,
not anti-Muslim, but he constantly attacks
not Muslims,
the religion of Islam.
Guys, did you hear what she says? Oh my God, guys, people are understanding. People are getting that. When there she said, no, she says, not Muslims, Islam. Oh my God, I love you. What is her name again? What is her real name? I know she has an epic real name. Oh my God, I love this woman. She was so smart in the last segment that she had so much good information, and she knows the difference. None of these something that Cenk and Piers will not even be able to begin to understand. She immediately got the point. Guys, 10 years ago, I was so annoyed that nobody gets the difference. But she gets it. She immediately says, like Piers, like, oh, he's Tommy Robinson keeps posting against Muslims and Islam. And she immediately said, Islam, not Muslims, Islam. It's happening, guys. It's not just Tommy. Other people are getting it as well. Yeah, bless her. Exactly. Guys, remember, like, people who are some of the old timers on this channel. This is what we have been working for 10 fucking years, for people to understand the difference between these two. And we didn't think people would ever get there, and they were getting there. We're getting there. See, it's happening. Oh my God, look at this. Guys, I know her name is Basan Bougie, but like she has a really cool, good, like real name. What is it? Look at this. She said it immediately.
So what?
Hold on.
Relentless attack, specifically against Islam and Muslims. He pretends he's not anti-Muslim, but he constantly attacks
not Muslims,
the religion of Islam. So what's your view of this, Cenk?
See, Piers didn't even understand what she's saying. Like, she completely ignored her. She doesn't understand. She completely correct. Oh my God, I love this woman.
It's not Muslims, it's just Islam.
Yeah. So look,
see, these people don't even respond to her. They don't even address her because they can't even figure out. They don't even understand her point.
I view it in two different ways. And I grew up Muslim, but I'm atheist now. So, you know, I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to speak effectively enough for Muslims. But like the bacon on the shoulder and the burqa skit, I don't care about it all. Are
you offended? Are you offended?
Oh, wow. You showed a piece.
Oh, yeah, that's her name. I can't pronounce it. Sintish. Her name is Sintish. Okay.
Piece of bacon. It's not like Muslims don't know bacon exists. So I'm not offended by that at all. On the other hand, when they start talking about kicking out Muslims from parliament, why should Muslims not serve in parliament? Well, that's
no, you fucking idiot. It's not that Muslims should not serve in parliament. It's that the Muslims serving in your parliament have Islamic agendas, and they're not just they're not just in parliament. They're in parliament doing politicking based on Islam, and that violates secular principles. They're using Islamic values in their politics, and that should not be tolerated. If every single Muslim that you have in your parliament there in the UK is doing politics based on Islam, that's what's happening.
Obviously and directly racist and bigoted. And to me, the biggest problems, Piers, are the hypocrisy. You're right. Of course, if they said 1% of this about Jews, they'd probably literally be imprisoned in Britain. And it shows.
Oh my God. You could say everything you want against Judaism and nobody would, nobody should be able to do anything against you. It's not even bigoted to be against Judaism. I know some of you, what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me? Okay. Being anti-Jewish people is bigoted. But whether you disagree or agree with somebody, criticism of Judaism is not bigotry. And it should be completely acceptable. Do you guys agree? So they don't even, these fucking retards can't even compare, don't even understand what the comparison here. This is a false analogy. Attacking Islam should be compared to attacking Judaism as a religion. I personally think that Islam is far, far more dangerous than Judaism. I think Judaism, I don't agree with Judaism, but I don't see it as a global threat. But I think it should be completely allowed for people to go and attack Judaism as much as they want. And not only should be allowed, more criticism, better. Sure, go ahead and do whatever you want, right? And it shouldn't even be condemned. It shouldn't even be condemned. Attacking Jews as a group of people, I think under free speech, that should be allowed, but it should be condemned. It should be condemned. You guys agree with those standards? So here's the thing. Attacking Muslims as a group should be allowed, but should be condemned. Attacking Jews as a group, free speech, but should be condemned. Attacking Islam should be celebrated. Attacking Judaism, even if you're a Jew, even if you believe in Judaism, you should celebrate that, because more people criticizing ideas, the better in society. I think Islam should be criticized more than attacked, more than any other idea out there in the world. But like, for example, me as an atheist, I think atheism should be attacked. Me as an atheist, I'm an atheist. I think atheists as a group of people shouldn't be attacked, but atheism should be attacked. Every fucking idea should be attacked.
The disparity in power that the two different groups have. And most importantly, a lot of this hatred toward Muslims are driven by Israeli propaganda. They want the British and the Americans to hate Muslims.
It's the Jews! It's the Jews! It's always the Jews' fault. Israel propaganda. What the fuck are you talking about? We have been attacking Islam for years. For years. In fact, the main drivers behind attacking Islam have been ex-Muslims. Ex-Muslims. What the fuck are you talking about? It's Israel. Israel treats Muslims better than every fucking Islamic country. Are you fucking kidding me? There is no place in the Middle East and North Africa better to be a Muslim than Israel. Not a single Arab country, not a single Islamic country gives more rights and freedom and equality of life better than Israel does to its Muslim population. The Muslim population in Israel not only has equal rights to the Jewish population in Israel, they have more fucking rights. They have more fucking rights. Israel gives more freedoms to its Muslim population than its Jewish fucking population. What the fuck are you talking about? Unfucking believable.
Different groups have. And most importantly, a lot of this hatred toward Muslims are driven by Israeli propaganda. They want...
Ronnie, I see your comments. You're saying your comments are not showing up in the chat. I see your comment. They're right there.
The British and the Americans to hate Muslims so that they'll finance the wars against Israel's Muslim neighbors. So those are massive problems.
Israel Muslim neighbors, Muslim countries in the Middle East are trying to figure out ways to become allies for Israel against fucking terrorists in the region. The UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait, everybody, Sudan, everybody is trying to get united with Israel against the fucking terrorists because they're so pathetically weak and they can't take care of their terrorists themselves. Israel is not trying to fight against the Muslim countries in the region. Israel is trying to unite. Israel is trying to unite with the Muslim countries in the region. So it could help, it could figure out ways to cooperate with them to fight the terrorists. What the fuck are you talking about? Do you not follow the fucking news? Have you not heard about the Abrahamic fucking Accords? Oh my God. Oh, Troel, thank you so much for the super chat. We're already at seven super chats already. Look at this. We're only 30 minutes into the show. We got 7. Thank you, Troel, saying sinking org is an idiot. Yes. I love that. Or Brown Buffalo. Oh my God, we got at 8. 8? What the hell? We haven't even started. Amir saying, thank you, Amir. Thank you so much. Saying, ever wondered why Muslims within Israel don't rebel, although with Islamic teaching? I think you're saying Armin is 100% right. It's because they have better life in Israel. Facts. Exactly. Not that there are no, we do, again, on average, still within the Muslim population within Israel, we have some problems more than the rest of the population, for sure, obviously, because, I don't know, Islam, it's not without its effects, right? But that's exactly true. That's exactly true. The least, even though there's still a lot of radicalism, I mean, how could you not have radicalism? When you have Islam, you're going to have radicalism, okay? Islam is like poison. You always have a negative effect because it exists in the environment, okay? However, the amount of radicalism among Israeli Muslims is so much less than the so-called Palestinian Muslims because they just been given a much better life. Not just compared to the so-called Palestinians, but every other person, every other Muslim or Arab in the region. And before you tell me like, oh, Armin, there are so many Arabs in Saudi Arabia and or UAE that have very lavish, better lives. That's the top. That's like the top 1%. Okay, that's the top 1%. Just go look at the how the lower class lives in Saudi Arabia or the UAE, especially the Muslim migrant population, right? And also they don't enjoy any of the rights that Muslims in Israel enjoy, any of the rights and freedoms. Yeah. And yeah, so that's the result. I mean, like you can see, guys, you always attack these people, always have to attack the Jews. Even if Israel gives better lives to Muslims than Islamic fucking countries, Israel still is anti-Muslim. Still anti-Muslim in these people's minds. That means there is nothing that Israel could do that the world could be celebrate as like, oh, okay, thank you. You're actually doing it. They will always be condemned. And that is dangerous. That is dangerous because it might convince the Israeli population that say to vote for, like, say, fuck it. Who cares about these values? If damned if you do, damned if you don't. So let's just not. The world is trying to reward Israel to abandon its superior values. And the challenge is that Israelis should not give up on the superior values that they have in their country, because their superior values is what made their country so great. But for the world is trying to make this into a self-fulfilling prophecy. But even though Israel has such high standards when it comes to how to treats people, by constantly accusing it of being apartheid, of doing genocide, of being bigots, they're trying to actually push it into that direction for it to actually become like that. So yeah, we have to be careful. I'm pretty sure Israelis know that what is happening here. And we got another super chat by Jets115. Oh my god, big super chat, $20. Holy hell. And for just saying hi. Well, hi back right at you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And oh my god, and hey, Mortal Wombat, I remember your username, even though YouTube is now just giving us your handle. So I'm going to call you Mortal Wombat because that was such an epic username. So, right? Like, I remember, like, that was your username, wasn't it? Mortal Wombat saying, so glad to catch you live. I really needed a cathartic Armin rant. Okay, well, thank you. And thank you for supporting us. And we missed you. Where have you been? Okay. And, look at this. Somebody saying, where is that? Oh, look at this thing. Armin, you summed up 3,000 years of Jewish history. Oh, wow. Well, thank you for saying that. Okay, let me remove these stars. And then Amir just gifted 5 memberships for the people in the chat. So 5 more people are now members of this channel because of Amir. Thank you so much, Amir. Always giving gifts to people in the chat. And then we have Troel again saying not orc, but ogre. Yes. Oh, sorry. Ogre. Ogre. I know ogre. I used to play video games. I don't know why I read orc. Harji, like okay, ogre. Yes, okay. Did I read it right? And saying which is a more grotesque creature than an orc, in my opinion. Yeah, orcs are actually great, beautiful creatures. No anti-orc hate here, okay? More accurate than Chucky ogre. But those ogres, yes, we could be racist against them. And thank you, Troll. Thank you so much for the super chat. So let's continue.
Problems. And we've got to root out the people that are in our government and our media that serve foreign countries like Israel and purposely spread bigotry and hatred. silly skits about bacon I could care less about. And by the way, if we have the same rules, they're allowed to offend Muslims, but we're also allowed to offend Israel, great. But I'm coming to London in a couple of weeks, as you know, Piers, and I intend to greatly offend Israel. I don't know if I'll be arrested over there. You know, they have some absurd laws in England. My nephew, Hassan Piker, is coming with me, and he might be arrested because some pro-Israel people think that they can say anything they want about Muslims, but the minute you touch Israel, not even Judaism, they think you should be arrested. Obviously, that kind of
fuck off. I've criticized some policies of Israel, even though I love Israel, and nobody thought that I was being anti. Are you guys, go to it before you embarrass yourself. I went to Israel. You should go to Israel too, because you know who, guys. He says like nobody can criticize Israel, and they will call you like an anti-Jewish, you know, bigot or whatever, and they want to arrest you if you criticize Israel. Let me ask you a question, guys. You know who criticizes Israel more than anyone else? Do you know who criticizes Israel more than anyone else? Israelis criticize Israel more than anyone. It's their culture. It is a tradition there. Israelis criticize themselves so much. Jews, exactly, Jews. How could Israelis be against criticizing Israel when they criticize Israel themselves? Are you fucking kidding? The reason why Israel is such a superior country is because they have a culture of self-criticism. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, Nara, thank you so much for super chat. Wow, thank you, Nara. Let me hold on. Let me heart. I'm gonna heart Nara's comment. Yes. So Nara always being so supporting. Thank you so much, Nara. You're so kind. Saying he isn't going to be anti-Israel. He will be pro-terrorism. Then cry about the consequences. Exactly. Exactly. Like, oh, why are they so against me because I'm criticizing Israel? No, you fucking idiot. It's because you support the most garbage people, the most garbage ideas, including the ideas and people who massacred my people. These people go and support and promote the most dangerous, vile ideas on planet. And like, oh, it's because I criticize Israel. Sure, buddy. Sure. And thank you, Nara. Thank you so much for the super chat. And then we have Mortal Wombat. Again, always such a shame that YouTube is not showing your username anymore. That was so epic. Okay, Mortal Wombat is saying, I'm always watching, but usually catching up. Had to travel a lot, but I should soon be able to catch your streams in real time again. I'm not going anywhere. Javid Show. Oh, Javid Show right back at you. And thank you so much. And well, that is amazing that you traveled the world like that. Okay, had to travel. That's great. And we miss you. Okay, let's see. You know, by the way, guys, these fuckers, they want to be arrested. Do you guys agree with me? These fuckers are going to the UK and they're like, oh, oh my God, the views. Think about the views. If we get arrested. Oh my God, well, that would be that's so good for us. Oh my God. The views, please. What? I bet you they're meeting with each other like, what can we say for these fuckers to arrest us? What do we do? What do we do to get arrested? What do we have to do to get arrested? I bet you everything that they're trying to get arrested. Okay? But let's continue. And like, oh, he's crying. Like, oh, they're going to arrest us. I know you fucking one that they'll fucking lie to us.
Double standard is unacceptable and is the, refuge of cowards.
Okay, let's bring in Don Keith. Welcome to Uncensored. You were
Thank you for having me.
You were banned from attending the Tommy Robinson March. Were you given any specific reason why?
Well, by the UK government, right?
I was not given any reason. The notice I got said that the government doesn't have to give you a reason. They don't always give you a reason. I was shocked by it because really, I guess my only crime is being associated with Tommy Robinson and speaking out against things like Islam.
Yeah, I mean, can you think of anything that you have done or said which would warrant you being denied access to the United Kingdom?
I've never.
Guys, would I be not be able to come to UK? Like, given that these people, like, apparently being anti-Islam gets you. I had a really big, amazing trip a few years ago to the UK, and I want to come back. Does this mean that I can't go to the UK anymore? Do you guys think if I go to the UK, I would be denied access? Maybe I should try. Maybe that would be good for our views. Guys, if I go to the UK to see if they deny me access, I'm not going to lie about the fact that this is good for our views. I'm going to be transparent. Like, guys, let's try to go to the UK and get denied access and come like, hey, these motherfuckers didn't let me to the UK because I'm anti-Islam. And then let's get some interviews lined up, huh? Right, I don't know.
Or even I've never committed.
But that's sad. If I can't go to the UK, I want to come to the UK.
Crime in my life. I've never committed a crime in my life. I've never incited violence. I've been to the UK. I've attended every one of these UTK rallies in the past. I think from the time it started 2 years ago, there's been 5 or 6. I've attended every single one. I've marched in every single one. I've never called for violence. So yeah, I'm just baffled as to why I would be banned from a country just for expressing an opinion. Or being associated with Tommy Robinson.
Would you categorize yourself as far right?
Absolutely not. What is far right? Who gets to define?
Who would categorize themselves as far right? Does anybody categorize themselves as far right? Oh, what a weird question. Hey, Comrade Shifty with a super chat from Israel. Thank you so much, Comrade Shifty, saying some shekels for future bail money in the UK. Javid Shah. And thank you for the super chat. Oh, yes, they do? Some do? Okay. Thank you, Texas.
And what far right? To me, the only thing that's far right, apparently, is if you disagree with any of Labor's policies or any left-wing policies, that makes you far right. The deciders of what's far right and what's hate speech and things like that are the...
Yeah, exactly. It's like, would you consider yourself a Nazi? I mean, some people, some people do, but most people who get accused of being far right or Nazi are like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just being a conservative or whatever. I'm just being a patriot.
People in power. That's why.
Yeah, Texas saying, who is this dude? I don't know. He's somebody who supports Tommy Robinson, went to try to get into the UK to support the rally, and then he was denied access.
All right, and what's hate speech and things like that are the people in power. That's why Britain is in such dire straits right now with their speech, because they don't have a constitution set in stone that protects their speech rights and their free expression. All they have is a litany of different court precedents and legal precedents that establish what can or cannot be free speech, and that's dictated by the party in power, which means they can change like the wind. That's not really free speech. Britain's never really had free speech. To me, they need some sort of constitution set in stone that protects it.
Do you believe that Muslims should be allowed in the UK Parliament?
Well, I'm not a British citizen.
So what do you guys, how do you guys would answer to that in the chat? Here's my answer. Only a Muslim can serve in the parliament only if they can 100% prove that their decision making is never going to be influenced by Islam. And I don't think most Muslims in the UK can demonstrate. I think the vast majority of Muslims interested in politics in the UK can easily be demonstrated that these fuckers are going to try to have their Islam influence politics. Like, it's really hard to imagine a Muslim not using their religion as a way to make decisions for politics, especially in the UK. So there needs to be like you have the burden of proof needs to be on you, and if you can't prove it, then fuck no. That's how I see it.
And I don't like to have the problem with Islam and the problem with Muslims in parliament is Islam itself and what it can.
So, for example, if you could find a Muslim who is like a nominal Muslim, right? Like, let's say, for example, hypothetically, there's a Muslim in the UK with years of advocacy in favor of Israel, with years of advocacy for, classical liberal values, right? And stuff Muslims hate, like, I don't know, secularism, like somebody who's has an advocacy history to try to keep Islam out of politics, even though he nominally calls himself a Muslim, or somebody who is for LGBT rights from a classical liberal perspective, not from a woke, progressive bullshit perspective. Like if they have a history of that, for Israel especially would be a good. If you're Muslim and you're for Israel, that's a huge sign that you're not like your Muslim is just a label. So if you have a history of that, then we could be like, okay, this guy is kind of safe. Do you guys agree with that? You were like, okay, this guy is just calling himself a Muslim because he's attached to the fucking name or whatever, right? But somebody with that history, like, okay, fine, whatever. But that's what it takes. Do you guys agree? Like there are Muslim Zionists, like there are Muslims who be like, yeah, go Israel, like fuck up these terrorists. I'm like, okay, right, sure.
Muslim.
And I don't think there's that many of them.
Well, I'm not a British citizen. I don't like to have the problem with Islam and the problem with Muslims in parliament is Islam itself and what it commands of Muslims. They must always make policies and legislation to protect Islam.
Yeah. So here, like for example, say yeah, there are Arab Muslims in the IDF. Yeah. So like the Arab Muslims in the IDF, I consider them to be on our team. Okay, even though I disagree with them on Islam. Okay, and I think Islam is shit, and that Arab Muslim IDF soldier doesn't think Islam is shit, and I do think Islam is shit. That's just a disagreement I have with that, and I think that Muslim is on our team. Do you guys agree with me on this? Hey, BT! Oh my god, thank you, BT, saying new club idea: Muslims for Israel. Yeah, yes, actually, yes. We need to make a group like that. That would be devastating to other Muslims. Yeah, that's a great idea. Make a community like that. And Melissa, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you. So supportive. Agreed? Okay, people agree with me on this. Okay, good. Guys, actually being pro-Israeli, just like in Iran, being pro-Pahlavi and pro-Israel is a great test to see who's on our side. The silver lining for all the garbage people of the world being anti-Jewish is that it's easy for us to identify who's on our side based on who supports Israel, right? So I think that is our test. That is our litmus test, like who's on our side. The best thing to check with is, do you support Israel? One of the easiest ways to figure that out. Oh, they were agreeing with BT, not with me. Okay.
It's Islam first and foremost. It's never a separation of church and state.
Well, they couldn't do that as part of the UK Parliament because they'd be subjected to UK law. So that's an irrelevance.
What?
Well, they would do their damnedest to try. If you look at what's happening now, you don't even really need Muslim members in parliament to make change in your country. If you see what's happening all around your country, you don't even need Muslim members in parliament. All you need is key figures in local suburbs in and around London, city councils, mayors, people who can affect change locally. And by caveat, you can affect an entire nation. That's what we see happening in Great Britain right now. You don't need parliament. You don't need the prime minister to be Muslim. All you need is mayors like Sadiq Khan, who can trickle down his policies to all the little boroughs.
But interestingly, I saw Sadiq Khan today, funny enough, at the Chelsea Flower Show. And we had a nice chat. And Sadiq Khan is actually a very moderate Muslim. There's no evidence of him ever forcing any kind of extreme Muslim views or laws down on anybody. That's why he's been re-elected twice. And he's one of the most successful mayors in London history. And yet he is portrayed in America as some kind of demonic Islamist extremist. And the same way that our free speech is completely mischaracterized by Americans. A lot of Americans believe that 12,000 people were arrested in 2023 for social media posts. It's complete nonsense. Of the 12,000
non-violent speech offenses.
Well, of the 12,000 arrests that were made, well, I'll tell you the reality. Of the 12,000 arrests that were made, 1,000 resulted in any convictions. And the vast majority of those were for things like stalking, domestic harassment, abusive ex-partners, incessantly sending threats, intimidating victims, credible violent threats.
Guys, I already went over this data, and he's Piers Morgan is full of shit. I don't know what he's trying to. I have actually let him finish. But I already went over the data on this in a lot detail in the previous stream, and we showed that. Yeah, actually, let me see what he's saying here. Here, let's go back a little bit.
That were made. Well, I'll tell you the reality. Of the 12,000 arrests that were made, 1,000 resulted in any convictions. And the vast majority of those were for things like stalking, domestic harassment, abusive ex-partners, incessantly sending threats, intimidating victims, credible violent threats, digital gift death threats, bomb hoaxes, threats of physical violence.
One of them was me.
One of them was Ava.
No, one of them, not hate speech. One of them was a man who had used hate speech online to say he was going to set my family on fire. So one of those arrests was a man who did that to me. Now, if you don't think that he should have been arrested, he should just be allowed to say he's going to set my family on fire, then we're on two different sides of the coin, clearly.
Well, the point, Don, before you answer.
No, like these, oh my God, fucking idiots. Exactly. That's a direct call for violence. That should be arrested. Are these people denying the fact that in the UK, so many people are getting arrested simply for mentioning their opinions and liking posts? Like, are they denying that by giving us a list of a lot of people being arrested for things that they should get arrested over? Is he trying to distract from the absolute fact that in the UK, more people are getting arrested for expressing their opinions on social media than even China? Did you guys know that, by the way? Are they denying that? What the fuck is wrong with them? Like, just because you give us a list of some people getting arrested for good reason doesn't negate that fact.
So the point I'm making is there is a weird mischaracterization, I believe, of my country, right? Which is that we're being overrun and overtaken by Muslims. Sharia courts are everywhere. They're ruling the roost and so on. None of this is actually...
The Sharia courts are... there is a lot of Sharia courts inside the UK. You fucking idiot. They don't have to be everywhere for this to be a problem. Like, Sharia courts are not everywhere. You have Sharia courts. There's a lot of Sharia courts. Do they have to be in every fucking corner for you to fucking wake up? You are creating a parallel nation state or ummah state. In your country, there's an invasion from fucking within. They're creating their own laws. They're creating their own courts. They're creating their own enforcement mechanism. And they're creating their own population separate from the rest. It's an ummah versus the nation. You have a nation, they have an ummah. They have their own separate identity, culture, traditions, values, everything. This is a threat to the sovereignty of your country. Guys, do you guys know how you can tell you have sovereignty? The best indication of sovereignty is based on who gets to come up with laws and whether or not they're enforceable. The Muslim population in the UK have come up with their own laws, and they don't call it law, they call it Sharia, and they have their own justice system, and they don't call it courts, they call it councils, and they have their own enforcement mechanism. That is law. That is a law. Law means sovereignty. If there is another sovereignty separate from the state in the UK that is meant to represent the nation, that means that this is a state within a state. That means that this is an invasion. And the fact that it's not fucking everywhere doesn't reduce from the fact that you're being invaded from within. He doesn't get that. Guys, everything I just told you is so much above the level of understanding of Piers Morgan and Cenk that it's not this what I just told you is not even for them or the people who think like them. But did you understand what I just said? Because this is a very important concept to understand. In fact, I should make a video about this. I should make a short video about exactly this: a state within a state, and the invasion from within, and how does that work, and how you measure sovereignty, right? What is the indication of sovereignty? Okay, and how the laws relate to sovereignty. State within a state and invasion from within, laws equal sovereignty. I'm just taking these notes, so for my next short video I have something to go with. I'm going to make a short video about this. Okay. Oh, we got 2 super chats. Thank you, guys. Sean is saying they think hate speech is the same as violent threats. Yeah, exactly, because they're putting them next to each other. Somebody making a direct threat of harm, that is an arrestable offense. Somebody saying, I think Islam is fucking cancerous garbage, that is hate speech, and it's hate for good fucking reason. Hate speech is sometimes justified because there's things in this world that we are supposed to hate, and we should be able to say that. And free speech includes hate speech. Guys, I hate cancer, and I think my hatred for actual cancer is justified. Right? So in the same way, hating Islam is justified because Islam hurts society. And I should be able to say that. These people don't understand the difference between that and a direct threat of violence against an individual. They put it in the same category. And then Shana continues by saying it's such a whitewashing misrepresentation of American free speech. Exactly. They just don't get it. And it's interesting because it's explained to them. And they still don't get it after it's explained to them. Yeah, and BT is saying too technical for Piers. Sorry. Blocked by the brain. Exactly. Great summary, BT. And thank you for the super chat.
True, right? I mean,
you've got about 85 Sharia courts.
They have no legal standing in the
They have 85. I'm glad that I don't know who this guy is, but he comes with facts. You have 85 Sharia courts, but they have no legal standing. Piers, that is the fucking point. They have no legal standing based on British law because they have a parallel legal system. If they had a legal standing based on British law, it wouldn't be a parallel legal system. It would be the UK's legal system. By not having any standing in UK law, that's what makes them parallel. Oh my God. Years. Do you know what parallel means? You see 2 parallel lines? The reason why we call it a parallel legal system is because cross each other because they're separate. That's why they're parallel. That's what makes them a separate nation state. These people are actually retarded. Our issue is that there's a legal system within the UK that is being enforced that is not part of UK's legal system. And they're like, but they have no legal standing within the UK. You don't say. You don't say. You fucking idiot. That's the issue.
We're going to say that they do not have legal standing per se. However, if you are a young woman,
however, they're fucking enforcing it. The fact that they don't have a legal standing in the UK is not stopping it. It's not stopping them from enforcing it.
Legal standing per se. However, if you are a young woman, it's not full stop. If you are a young woman,
it's full stop. Just shut up. I don't like, when he said, well, there you go, it's full stop. No, Piers Morgan, just because you don't want somebody to destroy your fucking argument because you put full stop there and interrupt the person, it doesn't mean that you get to do that. Piers, things are often more complicated than you think in life, okay? I know your simple mind has a hard time understanding these, but no, it's not full stop. Let this guy educate you. And on BT is saying the mic can't handle your screams, but my spirit can. Oh my thank you, BT. Guys, maybe I should put the microphone farther so I don't get cut out, right? Yeah, maybe is it okay? Is my microphone is now farther away. Is that better? And thank you.
In Islam, if you are a young woman, you are forced to adhere to the decisions these courts make within your religion. If not, then you will be castigated by your family and ostracized by your family. You could be even subject to things like honor killings, depending on the situation. There have been young ladies in Britain and other Western countries. You can shake your head all you want, but it's happened. A father recently tried to strangle his daughter in an honor killing, and I can't remember which Western country it was, but when these girls don't adhere to these laws or these decisions by these Sharia courts, and they could be subject to penalties within their own family. So while it may not be legal in the UK's eyes, these young girls are pressured by these courts, and it's them, as we know. Islam doesn't care about women. We know.
Out of interest, do you think there's ever been?
No, that's not true. Islam does care a lot about women as a commodity, for sure. It's the most valuable traded commodity in Islam. Women are front and center in Islam. Okay, it's actually like a lot of Islam is about women. Okay, about trading women's bodies as the most precious of all commodities.
Evidence, do you think, in America, for example, of any violence towards young women who may have had an abortion, who come from a very, very strong Christian conservative family, for example? Because I can tell you there have been, but do you care about that? Or is your interest?
Of course.
Is your interest? Okay, that's fair enough. So I want to have a reasonable discussion. So
sure.
So your view would apply to any religion where the religious belief leads to any form of intimidation or harassment or violence towards women, for example?
Of course.
Yeah, of course. But here's the difference, and this is the difference you don't guys get. Guys, as an atheist, there are many teachings in all religions that I have a problem with, okay? But here's the difference between those religions and Islam. Islam is an expansionist ideology. Islam is not just a religion. Islam is a world model competing with other world models. Islam is not competing with other religions. Islam is competing with world models for absolute global domination. And that's why it's expansionist. And that's why it's all up in your business. And more importantly, in your politics. That's the difference between Islam and these other ideas. These other ideas, I could be like, well, I disagree with that. It's not for me. Right? But Islam is like, well, fuck you. This is for you. And we're going to make it for you one way or another. That's the difference.
Okay.
Of course, I do believe in protecting women. I believe in protecting any fragile human being. That's why I'm anti-abortion. That's why I'm pro-life. I think women, I think children, I think unborn babies should be protected to the whatever extremes necessary.
And do you believe, Don? Because I know you were when Tommy Robinson was going through some of his court issues. You were there in court in the UK. Do you believe, as Tommy Robinson likes Americans to believe, that he has been a victim of suppression of his free speech, and the only reason he's been put in prison is because of that?
I 100% believe that Tommy Robinson is a politically targeted figure. 100%, whether it be because of his free speech or to prevent him from speaking out, because we know that the Muslim electric is.
Wait, guys, I need to use the washroom. I'm gonna let this guy speak, and you listen to him. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Don't worry, guys. I have a washroom in my office, so this will take only 40 seconds. We'll see.
Electorate is very important in Britain. They can swing an election. That's why the members in Parliament and other people in the establishment, they want to silence Tommy Robinson at all costs. You look what they did for I know all about the Silence movie. He wasn't, he filmed
the Silence movie. Let's be clear. Let's be crystal clear about this. There's a reason Tommy Robinson won't come on this show, and the simple reason is he knows I would ask him about the Silenced movie and why he was in contempt of court and why he went back to prison. And it's because he tells a lot of lies in the Silence movie that were exposed as lies. Well, hang on, let me finish. There was, as you remember, a libel action that was taken, which he lost.
Yep.
He had to pay £100,000 to a young Syrian boy who he defamed.
Wait a second.
Lies.
Wait. What the? Okay. Where the hell? Okay. I left at the worst time. At the worst time. This motherfucker is telling us, Piers Morgan, that he knows why Tommy can't come to his show because you have laid a trap for him to ask him a question that his hands are tied legally to answer, and you're going to take advantage of that limitation to corner him in the unfair advantage that you have here for you to be able to say whatever you want, and he doesn't have that advantage. Tommy doesn't have that advantage, and you're going to take advantage of his limitation to act like you're winning against them. And Tommy knows that. And that's why he doesn't come to your show. And then you accuse him of not having the balls, not having the courage to be able to come on the show. So you are admitting that this is a fucking trap. Fuck you, Piers Morgan. Also, hold on, let me finish. Are you fucking kidding me? The person that interrupts others the most has the audacity to be like, oh no, let me finish. Hang on. Shut the fuck up, hang on. You interrupt other people. Oh my God. Look at this.
A libel action that was taken, which he lost.
Yep.
He had to pay £100,000 to a young Syrian boy who he defamed with egregious lies. He then repeated all the lies in this film he made called Silenced, which he talks about very openly when he's in
Oh, I love her. She said, with evidence.
America. You know where he doesn't talk about this? Here, with people.
Because your country has gone to shit. He talks about it in America, but you know where he doesn't talk about it? Here. You think that's evidence against Tommy? You think that shows Tommy's hypocrisy? That's evidence against the laws in your country, Piers. What do you think? This is not the gutsy you think it is. This is not exposing Tommy. This exposes the garbage laws, the anti-free speech laws that you have in the UK.
Openly when he's in America. You know where he doesn't talk about this? Here, with people.
Oh, wow. We think that, wow. I wonder why. Is it because he's a hypocrite? Guys, you know, I have been fighting Islam all my life. Okay. You know where I've been against Islam all my life and fighting against Islam when I was also inside Iran. But I haven't been open about my anti-Islamic views inside Iran. You know where I have been open about my anti-Islamic views? In the West. I exposed myself. Guys, all these anti-Islamic views that I have been expressing so openly to all of you, I've never done that when I was inside Iran. Not this openly. What does that say about me? What does that say about me? I guess I'm a hypocrite. I have not been consistent. I have not been consistent with my advocacy for my views. Apparently.
Like me.
I've heard him talk about it several times. I heard him talking about it on stage.
But he never gets challenged. Don, here's my point.
BT saying, I can't even look at you right now. I thought I knew you. Oh no. Oh, BT, I'm sorry. We all have our flaws.
Never gets challenged directly about all the lies he tells in silence. The reason he got in prison was because of the breach of contempt of court law here, which was if you repeat the lies for which you've just lost a libel action and paid damage.
Piers thinks that because the legal system has accused Tommy of something that proves that he's wrong. Like, he doesn't even consider that maybe the legal system is fucked up. Like, that doesn't even cross his mind at all.
To his family, if you do that again, you will go back to prison. That is what he did.
Okay.
Had nothing to do with free speech.
Let me interject.
What was the lie?
Okay, as far as silence, I know that you love to get on here and tell that Tommy Robinson told lies about silence. That's not the case.
He did.
Everything told in silence.
Shut the fuck up! He's talking. Didn't he just a few seconds ago say like, hang on, let me finish? Why you let him finish now, you fucking hypocrite? Will you let him finish? Stop interrupting people. Piers Morgan censored. This is Piers Morgan censored.
The court decided
the perspective. No. Oh yeah, one judge overrode 5 witnesses. He
See, now what you're doing, you're now
stop talking. Stop fucking talking. Let us learn a thing or two. Oh my God! I will never get used to Piers Morgan constantly censoring his guests every time they're trying to make a point. Every fucking time.
repeating.
What is the point of your show? What is the point of your show if you interrupt people as soon as they disagree with you?
About silence. That's not the case.
He did.
Everything told in silence was from the perspective. No. Oh yeah, one judge overrode 5 witnesses.
See, now what you're doing, you're now repeating. You're now repeating defamation.
I'm repeating
John,
what the witnesses.
I would be careful.
I'm repeating what the witnesses. I'm repeating what the witnesses.
You are repeating. No. I've read every word of that court case.
Those people said it for decoration.
Your problem is you have a vendetta against Tommy Robinson because the last time he was on your show, he gave you.
Oh no! Piers succeeded. Piers won. He was gonna make the point, and Piers didn't want to let him. And now he interrupted him enough, and he didn't finish the point. We were all going to be educated about what Tommy did and why it wasn't wrong and why the court was unjust. But Piers successfully because Piers knew. Look at Piers' face. He's happy because he was about to be exposed. He knows what the fuck he's doing. See that? He's like, oh, I did it. He wants to accuse Tommy of baseless things, and this guy was about to humiliate him and show him what the fact was, but he interrupted him enough for him to now change the topic, and Piers is thinking mission successful. Now people will not hear the facts. Now people are not going to know why I'm such a fucking evil, I don't know, motherfucker. Like, oh my, just stick to your points. Tell us. You should have just stuck to the fucking points. Just tell guys, I know I would never be invited on Piers Morgan. So if you are one of these people that keeps getting invited, please, for the love of everything that you care about, when he interrupts you, say like, "Oh, Piers, you don't want to hear this. That's why you're interrupting me. You don't want to. Hey, audience, he's scared. He's scared. That's why he's interrupting me. And if he's like, no, I'm not scared. Tell him to shut up. Let me finish. No, you brought me here to say a point. You let me speak. I know you're afraid, Piers. I know you're afraid, but I'm not going to let you stop me from making this fucking point. You have to call him out. You have to call him out on his method of censorship. Oh, we got look at, thank you guys. We got super chats and super stickers and membership gifts and everything. The Constant Gardener just gave us a super stickers. Thank you so much. Keep gardening. Keep gardening. Thank you. And also, Moral Wombat just gave us 5 membership gifts. 5 more people are now members in the chat because of Moral Wombat. And Amir, as usual, constantly supporting us. Thank you, Amir, for the super sticker. Very, very kind. Thank you, guys.
Shellacking, and you've never forgiven him for it.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
He waved around the
Everybody
Quran
knows
like a silly little boy, and I held him to account for it.
Like a silly little boy, you fucking idiot. That's free speech advocacy. People have died for that. Are you fucking kidding me? People have died to be able to do exactly that. He's doing that in the solidarity with the rest of us who have been fighting this Islamic tyranny for decades. And we appreciate that. That's not a silly little boy. You're a fucking silly little boy. I mean, actually, you're worse than that. You're fucking evil.
Yes, around the Quran
like a silly little boy, and I held him to account for it.
Look at the clips,
now,
man.
Okay,
look at
but
the
here's
clips.
the thing. If your hero,
you have done no such thing.
Tommy, is so courageous and so fearless.
He's not my hero. He's my friend, but he is a champion to the British people.
If your friend Tommy, all he has to do is sit here in this desk opposite me.
Why would he do that when you expose that this is a legal trap that you set for him? You have the power of the state. You're abusing the power of your state, of your garbage state, unfortunately, on this beautiful, beautiful nation of the UK, nations of the UK, that has been, is going to shit because of these fucking laws, and you're using it in your advantage, abusing them. And you're telling all of us that you're using the power of the state in your favor to lay a trap for him, and you still think he needs to come here? I mean, I know what you're doing, Piers. I know what you're doing. You know that he would not be able to come. You know that he wouldn't be able to come because it would be unfair to him, because you're using the oppressive laws in the UK against him to your favor. And because you know that, you're just going to constantly talk about it as if he's the one who's being a coward. That's what you're doing. And fuck you for that. I see what you're doing, and fuck you.
And face the same questions. But you know why he's ducking me? Because he knows if he repeats the bullshit he spews to you guys, that you...
If he repeats the facts, he's going to go to jail. So why would he do that?
You all seem to swallow. He's going back
I'm
to
challenging
prison.
you right now.
He's going to prison. So that makes him smart. That makes him smart for not coming onto your show.
You cannot answer to me. You cannot tell me how you know why you think it was a lie, because one judge said that the 5 people that he brought to court and said this Syrian boy did all these things.
Yeah.
And
There was no evidence.
The Fabian Society, the liberal Fabian Society judge says no. All of these witnesses are lying.
Well, you're now
Syrian
defaming the
refugees
judge.
telling
It
the
seems
truth.
a really extraordinary thing. Cenk.
Oh, that's your comeback? Oh, Piers, you weren't ready for that point? Your response to this man calling out the judge is, well, now it seems like you're defaming the judge, which is extraordinary. That's your fucking comeback? That's your, oh my God. See, guys, he is sometimes retarded. Okay, like, I know he's evil and he's an evil genius when it comes to, I don't know, getting views and shit and spreading garbage ideas in the world. But you should have had a better comeback for that. That was so pathetic. So if I want to criticize a judge because of the facts and data that I have, your response to that, like, oh well, now you're defaming a judge. Wait, I'm sorry. Is the assumption that judges are all saints or something? Like, we don't have corrupt judges, we don't have biased judges? Is that the assumption? Is that the working assumption here? Is that what we're going with? Like, oh my God, you're speaking against the judge now. What? How? That is, oh my Lord. Oh, what? That is your comeback? That was so weak. You have nothing. You have nothing. We have, oh my God, we got another super chat. Thank you. Vidurfo saying Piers says and does whatever is necessary to please his overlords in Qatar. Okay. It's so satisfying to finally see some guests bite back at his claims. Honestly, I don't think they're doing enough. I think Piers is they're allowing Piers to walk over them. I think they need to be a lot stronger in the pushback. Like, I think they should not let Piers interrupt them. I think they shouldn't. I think that people, I mean, she was good she was actually good. She did a fantastic job last time stopping Piers from interrupting him. Okay, but I think there needs to be a lot more aggression. There needs to be, okay.
Here's the problem with this. Tommy Robinson wields an extraordinarily.
I live in a free country.
Well, hang on, Don. I've just given you free speech. Just have your rant. It's fine. I don't agree.
Wait, look at him. Look how upset he gets when people interrupt him. Such a hypocrite.
I live in a free country.
Well, hang on, Don. I've just given you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, here's an interesting thing. He's like, oh, now you're defaming the judge. Oh, now you're going to repeat the same things that got Tommy in prison. Why the fuck should he care? He lives in the US. He gets to say the things that Tommy doesn't get to say. So, and when he makes that point, they're like, well, hang on. No, fuck you. You just told him that he's defaming a judge. Why should he give a shit? He lives in the great country of the US of A, which is so much superior than the garbage laws that you live under. So he gets to say whatever he wants. He gets to defame the fucking judge. Why do you think he should care? Let's actually, that was a good comeback.
Defaming the judge seems a really extraordinary thing. Cenk, here's the problem with this. Tommy Robinson wields an extraordinary.
No, look at this. When he says you're defaming the judge, look at the comeback.
Said that the 5 people that he brought to court and said this Syrian boy did all these things.
Yeah.
And
there was no evidence.
The Fabian Society, the liberal Fabian Society judge says no. All of these witnesses are lying.
Well, you're now defaming the judge. It seems a really extraordinary thing. Cenk, here's the problem with this. Tommy Robinson wields an extraordinarily.
I live in a free country.
Yeah, there you go. That was a comeback. Like, what? Like, I don't understand. What is this thing that Piers keeps saying? Like, oh no, don't you dare repeat the things that you're not supposed to say in the court. It's not his court. It's your court. That's your problem. Okay. And like, is this Amy? Oh, hey, Amy is saying, Mame is saying, God damn it, Armin, I need to get to work, but I am glued to your. What is that? What is that word? Oh my, I'm getting a compliment and I don't even know what it means. Dulcet. Dulcet is an adjective meaning sweet, soothing, and pleasing to the sense, especially regarding sound. Oh my God, I've never had that compliment ever before. Wow, I learned a new word and I love it. Dulcet. Okay, let's read it again. God damn it, Armin, I need to get to work, but I am glued to your dulcet tones. New compliment unlocked. Thank you. Thank you. That's beautiful. Really? Nobody has expressed what I sound like ever like that before. In fact, the opposite. Hey, somebody's saying, Armin, she's being sarcastic. No, she's not. I know her, and she's not being sarcastic. Actually, she loves what I do. She loves what I do. Are you being sarcastic? Tell them you're not being sarcastic. This person does not know. Yeah, definitely at first. Yeah, this is Amy. But I know Amy. I see Amy in our discussion group all the time. She is being serious.
Don, I've just given you free speech. Just have your rant. It's fine. I don't agree with it.
Yeah, see, BT saying Amy has particular taste just like me. There you go. See? You guys don't get it. You guys don't get it. Okay? I am loved by some people.
Agree to disagree. You agree, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You believe in free speech, so calm down.
You believe in free speech, so calm down. Fuck you. Fuck you, Piers. Fuck your garbage, smug responses. If he believes in free speech, you just look at the hypocrisy. Why believing in free speech doesn't mean you need to calm down. You interrupt people, you censor people on your show. Free speech doesn't mean that you need to calm down. Free speech means that you don't get to use laws to tell to somebody not to repeat something that in your country was passed as law, limiting people regarding their opinions about the courts. Like, it's so look at the hypocrisy. Piers Morgan just did two things. He warned that man not to repeat the things that Tommy Robinson got into legal trouble for. One. Then he warned him again, criticized him again for defaming the judge because he was criticizing the judge. Those are two indications of you being anti-free speech. And right after that, when the man responded to you that I live in the United States, so I don't need to give a shit about that, which is a demonstration of him being for free speech, and you, Piers Morgan, being against free speech, then after that was clearly demonstrated to us, you tell him to calm down if he's for free speech, which demonstrates that you don't even fucking understand what free speech means. Free speech doesn't mean that you need to calm down, you fucking retard. Free speech means that you get to shit on a judge as much as you fucking want, and a court doesn't get to shut you up and tell you what opinions not to express. That's what free speech means. That's what he stands for, and that's what you stand against. The level of hypocrisy here is off the charts. This man, Piers Morgan, is like the worst, the fucking worst. Okay, let me see here. We got a super chat. Oh, thank you for America's Flag Original. Just gave us a super chat saying for the swear jar. Maybe I should have a swear jar next to me. I don't know. Thank you. And saying Iran will soon be a free voice. Thank you, Armin. Goldie Dome. Oh, the Golden Dome. Goldie Dome. I like that. Goldie Dome and Bepish. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Oh my God. Okay. You know, I do I need a swear jar? I think I'm here. I can swear. I'm okay. But thank you for the super. You know what? We should have a swear jar. We get a super chat every time I swear. That's it. That would be our swear jar. Thank you.
So Cenk, here's the issue. Tommy Robinson wields an extraordinarily odd influence to the conservative right in America, who seem to believe all the stuff he comes out with. And in the process, he paints this picture of Britain, which I simply don't recognize. I live here.
Yeah, because because your audience is fucking blind, and you know your audience, and you're feeding into their retardation.
I walk around the street, despite what some American guests have said. I go to football matches with real British people every week. I'll be at one tonight with 60,000, mainly working class British people. I don't recognize, and it'll be full of people from all walks of life, black, white, Muslim.
Terrorists, child rapists, grooming gangs, jihadis, Jew haters, anti-Semites. Well, Jew haters better. Progressive, woke fucking retards. Yeah, this is all the diversity. Guys, we're all for diversity, okay? It's not diversity. Guys, this is what diversity means, okay? Diversity means that we shouldn't just have prosperity, okay? Because that's too one-sided, okay? We need to also have economic devastation, okay? We can't just have safety. Aiming for safety is too much, okay? We need to have a few stabbings here and there. We need to have some terrorists. We need to have some safety, but also try to have some crime. We should have some people. We can't just strive to have the best values in our country. We should try to get also some garbage ideas in this country. We should have some anti-women, anti-LGBT, anti-Jewish opinions in the country to diversify it, just to keep things interesting, right? If we have if our country is becoming too safe and too stable, that is not very entertaining. We need to keep things challenging, okay? Watching some of your family members die, or not being able to afford their bills or feel unsafe. It keeps life interesting. It keeps everything. You want a challenge in your life, okay? You want a challenge. Watching your country go to shit makes the story of your country more interesting. You can't have it would be it's too much of a good thing, is not good. The West was progressing too fast, okay? We need to slow it down a little bit and diversify it. Having all this growth and stability and prosperity is not good for you, okay? Let's become like a little bit like the shithole countries, okay? Just to make life challenging and a bit more interesting, okay? Let's do that, okay? Let's diversify it a little bit.
Recognize, and it'll be full of people from all walks of life, black, white, Muslim, Jewish, Christian. And you know what? It's all fine.
That's not the diversity that you're fighting for. You know what you should do? Look at Tommy Robinson's rally. All of those people that you mentioned were in Tommy Robinson's rally, okay? But what you're doing is bringing in people with actual Islamic ideas, not just people who call themselves Muslims, and terrorists and radicals, and people who vote in a way that will destroy your country, that will destroy the foundations of Western society.
There's no Muslim takeover. The game won't be stopped halfway through.
It doesn't need to be a complete takeover for it to be extremely harmful to your country. And you don't fucking get that. Guys, look at the shit that 6% of UK's population is Muslim. And it's already fucking the politics of the country. Because that's a very active 6%. That's a voting bloc. That is a voting bloc. That 6% acts like 40%. That 6%, because of the level of political activity and the unity that they have, and how single voting issues, like the single voting issues, like that they unite on, they 6%, but they politically they act like 40%. So if with 6% they have the effect of 40%, imagine what they can do when they get to 12%. They don't need to be a majority for them to fuck your country.
Because the Muslims have decided in a Sharia court that we're not allowed to play. This is all horseshit.
Sure.
Check. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's fine. 250,000 of your women are being raped by Muslim, but it's okay.
Again,
it's fine.
An utterly ridiculous statement.
Go to Birmingham, go to Manchester.
Utterly ridiculous statement. As I've said repeatedly, the vast majority of sexual crime against women in the UK
Lord Malcolm Pearson in Parliament.
donkey
Look at this. He's still, guys. Look at this.
Go to Manchester.
Utterly ridiculous
Such an
statement.
insane
As I've said repeatedly, the vast majority of sexual crime against women
The vast majority of sexual crime in the UK is done by white people. Oh my fucking God, Piers Morgan. It was the show before this one that somebody explained per capita to you, you fucking retard. You still haven't gone and looked it up? This is on fucking purpose. You can't be this stupid. There's no way. There is absolutely no fucking way that you're this fucking dumb. Wasn't it the last show that somebody explained this to you? Oh, it was the show before that? No, it was... Okay, no, it wasn't the last show. So you had more time to go figure this per capita shit. It was on this show. It was 7 days ago. You had 7 days. You had 7 fucking days to go check what per capita fucking means. Are you fucking serious? You're still gonna give us that bullshit take that more white people... Oh, that's my time. More white people in the UK commit crimes? Of course they do. They're the fucking majority. You have to adjust it based on percentage of the population, you fucking idiot. There is no hope for these people. These people are getting paid to act this fucking dumb. Oh, we got another super chat because of, hey guys, the jar is getting filled when I swear. Okay, this is great. The channel is going to be saved like this. Thank you for America's Flag Original saying for the jar, for the swear jar. Fucking okay, oh yeah, I said that. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, we get a super chat when I swear. Again, by this rate, guys, your BT was saying in the chat, you're all gonna go bankrupt. So yes, let Ali go live on his channel with 800 followers. Thank you, Facebook. And God bless. Oh yeah, maybe we could connect his Facebook account, but it's YouTube where all of this will, where all the great activities are, So, but yeah, that's a good suggestion. I'm gonna talk to Ali about it. Okay, I'm gonna talk to Ali about it. And thank you for the super chat. And Nima, thank you for the super chat. Say new game, take a shot every time Piers interrupts. No. Okay, no, that's not good for you. That's not good for you. You'll die. You'll actually fucking die. But thank you for the super chat. Okay. And thank you. Okay, hold on. Let me just finish this part and then we'll do the rest tomorrow.
Lord Malcolm Pearson in Parliament.
Don Keith, the vast majority of sexual crime against women in my country is committed by white men.
Oh, here
you don't fucking say there's more of them. There's more of them. What does that say to you? That doesn't say anything. What else do you fucking expect? You have to adjust it based on percentage of population. The Muslims commit more crimes relative to the percentage of the population that they're in. That means if you get more of them, you will get more crimes. Oh my God. This is incredible. Incredible. Especially Pakistani Muslims.
They're the
You've never heard
majority.
of per capita?
I have heard.
Oh my God! Oh my fucking God! He's now being schooled on this every fucking time, and you're still mentioning it. Okay, let's see how he responds. Like, have you ever heard of per capita?
Is committed by white men.
Oh, here we go.
The
You've never heard
majority.
of per capita?
I have heard of per capita.
Disproportionately.
I have heard of per capita. He finally at least knows the name. I bet you he doesn't know what it means.
It's disproportionately committed by Muslims against white Christian girls because it's a rape genocide.
Right, let me bring Cenk. Let me bring Cenk.
Period.
Oh, let me bring Cenk. Because you don't know how to fucking respond to that, so you have to bring someone else. Okay, we'll go back to this. We'll go back to this next show. I need to get ready for our next. Guys, if you're new here, within 30 minutes, I'm going to go live again on Iran Revolution Live. So we're going to pick it up right from here. But yes, so I'm gonna go get ready for Iran Revolution Live, and it's going to be on this channel and Goldie's channel. So just make sure that you tune back in. So this is going to, so I do 4 live streams a day, 4 live streams a day, and this was the first one. Okay, so if you come to Liberty Politics YouTube channel, this was the first one. The second one is starting in 30 minutes. Oh, and also don't forget to join our discussion group. Our discussion group is the best place to be. You could come and talk to me there. I'm there almost every single day. Every single day. The link is in the chat. The link is also in the description and or in the bio. It's also available by scanning that QR code over there. This is the discussion group. It's free to join. And once you join, there's so many things you could do here. Okay, first of all, in the community tab, you could talk to all of these people who are talking politics, who are pro-liberty minded. Okay, that's one. But the more interesting thing is that you could click on the calendar, and these are our group calls. You could participate in our group calls. The ones with the fire emoji are the free ones to join. Okay, and you can see my picture here. That means I'm hosting it, so you could talk to me. And if you see Ali's picture, it means that Ali's hosting it, so you could go talk to Ali. Okay, and also these are really get crowded, so that's why we have premium and VIP group calls as well. The premium and VIP group calls are smaller in number, so that you get to talk more. Okay, so but the open ones, the fire emoji ones, are free to join for everybody, and it's also free to talk in the main community tab here for everybody. Okay, so I'll put the link in the chat one more time. Guys, we're raising an army here. Okay, this community, this group, this discussion group that we created is going to be an army of people, and once we get to a big number here, we're going to not just talk politics, but we're going to do things. We're going to become politically active, okay? And these are for people who are pro-Enlightenment Western values, pro-Israel, anti-Islam, anti-communism, anti-woke left, anti-woke right, like Nick Fuentes, Tucker Carlson's, Candace Owens type people. And we are going to eventually, once we get to a certain number, use this community to strategize different ways to do things, not just to talk about things. Okay, so just get in early. Getting early link is in the chat, and let's get this community members to 10,000. Okay, let's try to get them members. We're already 4,500 there, so let's try to get to 10,000. Okay. Oh, we got 2 more super chats. 2 more super chats. One from Dominic saying, "You earned this super chat, my friend." Well, thank you. It's good to know that you guys appreciate what I do here. It's really actually the best feeling. You guys, have no idea when you guys like think that what we're doing here is helpful and useful. That feeling is so valuable. It means a lot to me. And thank you, Dominic, for saying that. And BT is saying, being regarded for rating peers equals rate tradition. Being regarded as rating. Oh, okay. Well, actually, I don't know what you're saying. I was like, oh, okay. But no, actually, no, I have no idea. Are you saying something regarded? I don't know what that means. Oh, being regarded for being retarded. Oh, you changed it because, okay. Being retarded for ratings peers equals retardation. Oh, okay. Took a while. Okay. I sometimes forget that YouTube doesn't let you say retarded. Like retarded, you can't say retarded? I understand it when they say like fuck or shit or I don't know. Self-deletion types of stuff, but retarded is so common these days. Like you can't say that as in a super chat. That's crazy. Okay, being retarded for ratings peers is retardation. Exactly. Yeah. And you know what actually changed my Sketch was in the chat earlier telling me like, oh, Armin, he's not actually retarded, he's acting retarded. Yeah, I know, but it's like so much hard work for me to say like, I want to just call him fucking stupid and retarded. Like, imagine if every time I wanted to call him retarded, I had to be like, fuck you, fuck you, Piers, you're so fucking retarded, but it's a plan for views and this is your strategy. Like, that doesn't like, I just want to call him a fucking retard. Okay, just let me call him a fucking retard. I know he's doing it on purpose. I know this is strategic, but it's just, I just want to call him a retard. Okay, just let me call him a retard. Okay. See, like, look at this. Amir is saying retarded without getting censored by YouTube. Is it that it doesn't work with the super chats? Yeah. Okay, we need to go. I need to go. I need to get ready for the next stream. Okay, guys, so I'll see you soon. I'll see you pretty soon in 20 minutes now. So make sure you come back. Guys, make sure you hit the bell notification and put it on all so that every time we go live, you get the notification, okay? And if you don't get the notification, even though you turn the notification on, is because you have turned the notification on too many channels. So maybe you need to reduce some of them that you haven't been watching for a while, and then just include it for the ones that you care about the most. Okay. All right, guys. See you. I'm gonna miss you. It's gonna be 20 minutes, but it's gonna be a very long 20 minutes. I know it's going to be painful for you guys, as painful as it's going to be for me, but don't worry, it will pass. It will pass, and I will be thinking about you every single second of the next 20 minutes. Okay, but we could do it together. It's going to be hard, but we could do it. Okay, see you. I'll see you. Okay, hang in there. All right, guys. Bye. Oh, I'm Israel Chai. Long live America. Javid Shah. Payende Iran. I'll see you guys soon.